Okay, so today we're going to give you a bit of a rundown on the table rip saw. Right, so basically when you're cutting large sheets or long bits of timber and you want to reduce the size of the timber, you're going to use a rip saw, and you're going to adjust the measurement on the fence to get to what you need. So it's as simple as lifting up the handle to disengage it, sliding it to where you need it to be accurate. This machine will cut very accurately, so you don't need to mark your piece of timber. So let's say we're going to do it 140. There we go. There we go there. Yep. Just remembering that, make sure you're at 140 and not 340 or 240. And then we're going to have our guide, so our protector guard. So that's got to be down to just over the thickness of your material. Today we're going to be test trialing a 12mm bit of ply, so I'm up about 40mm to keep your fingers away and any flying objects that come out of the blade. You can adjust this by this knob here. So basically you just loosen and it'll slide up and down. Okay, so that's that one there, and just make sure that you check everything else is in position. So when you're, depending on the size of the material you've been cutting, you want to just ascertain that you've got enough area before you even start to cut. So if you're cutting a full length, full sheet of ply, 2/4 by 1200, you need that amount of area to be around the machine to be able to push it through. Okay, so if you need to adjust the saw blade up, this is where our adjuster is. So basically loosen the lock nut, and then you'll see there's a sign on there saying up and down, pretty self-explanatory. So it's just basically winding up. You'll see the blade coming up and coming back down. Now if we're cutting a 12mm bit of ply, you want to be up about 30mm out of the deck, out of the table deck. Okay, then lock your lock nut back off. Now you'll see there's a degrees on this. This machine will cut to a degrees. This is this wheel here. Most of the time you won't be using that on this machine, but that's a matter of just loosening that, winding it, and you'll see the machine will change the degrees, okay, and the blade will lay over. All right, so we make sure that we're on 0. And the other thing we've got on this, so this machine, when we start it up, you've got your start stop button here. We also have an emergency stop mushroom foot control. That's normally either on this side or over with your tail out person that will be on the other side. If this machine won't start, it could just be the possibility that that is not being pulled up. Okay, you'll hear the click, okay, and then it's back into operation. Now when we're going to start this machine up, the whole idea is not to stand in front of the firing line, in front of where the blade is. So we're going to step to the side once we've got it all adjusted, and then we're going to hit the start button. That's it. Once that starts up, the dust extraction will start. I've got that set at 140. You need your safety glasses on. You'll also need a tail out person on the other side, okay? We're not going to be feeding this machine and catching the timber all by yourself. You need 2 people to operate it at all times. So we're going to grab a test piece of ply. I'm set at 140, flat on the deck. Now, I have a push stick here, and it normally always lives on the bench. So we're going to push through. I don't want your hands directly in front of the blade. We're going to be pushing so that you're not in the direction of the blade. When you get to a certain point, I'll grab the push stick and follow through. So steady, steady. Not a race to push it through, just nice and steady. Make sure that we're always hard against the fence. When you get to that sort of point, you want to be on that side pushing with the push stick, and then your tail out person will be on the other side receiving it. At no time your hand will be running past the blade or inside directly with the blade. And that's the full operation of your table rip saw.